Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or whenever you're watching this. This is the Dynamite Festival at Whiteacres, so 2024. There's 84 people fishing. So this is day one. I've drawn peg 4 on Python. Um, to be honest with you, it's a lot of meat fishing. And I knew this before I started. So something that I don't really fish a lot of, to be honest with you. And obviously something I need to get way better. So I had a feeling that this might be a tough week, taking on guys that have been fishing this for a while. And sure enough, it has been a tough week. And definitely got punished a few times. So started short. So basically like fishing just on the slope. So fishing probably about 4.5 meters, 5 meters maybe. So just kinder potting, 6 mil meat, fishing a 4x14 float, so 016 mainline, 012 bottom, 16 hook. So fishing quite light because a lot of it is fishing for F1s and small carp on this lake. So I've been told, because I'm definitely no expert, as my results definitely has proven that. Um, just fishing a 2 mil hollow elastic, so Maver hollow elastic, and started off okay-ish. So as expected, the meat line sort of died. And then basically just kindering in pellets was definitely best. So just fishery 4 mil pellets, and then just fishing a 4 mil on the hook. I did kinder in a few micros, which was a bad mistake because there's a lot of like small sort of like stocky fish, and also just got like a few silly bites. So figured that out quite quickly and cut that out. But as a lot of these festivals, when you fish it, it's always fine margins, and obviously this potentially was going to cost me a little bit. So pellet rig wise is just a 4x12 float. Up in the shallow water, I used a 4x10, and then I just again fished 016 to an 011 bottom, so slightly finer, not crazily fine. I like to think that's light enough, but heavy enough to get anything out that I may hook, to be honest. Played this for quite a while. I'm pretty sure, because this is a voiceover, that this unfortunately did actually do me. It pulled out, which was a bit annoying. So Gary won the section. Quite tight. So I had £47. He had £50. I lost a couple of fish. Didn't do it right. Should have won my section really, so got punished. Day 2. So I've drawn peg 42 on Hollowin. Sam Williams had a day before come second. Obviously the wind's blowing out, as you can see, and I just like, they call these the dead arms, I believe. So they can either be absolutely amazing or they can be unfortunately quite tough. And I think you're going to need to be in the main lake on ripple. These fish are definitely following the wind, as a lot of venues. Not making excuses, just saying that how it is. And again, maybe my lack of knowledge and lack of ability, I ain't caught as much as maybe I should have. So I caught a few fish short on meat. Again, same rig. Yeah, I've been in there for a while. So what was noticeable was that you could only seem to get a couple of fish off a line if you were really lucky. So in other words, you like catch two fish, they're gone. So you try and start up another line. So these F1s were definitely backing off. So I believe that there was obviously a shoal fish. They come a few come into the peg, but you catch a couple, spook, disappear. And I definitely need you sort of figured this out quite quick, but it was trying to manage your swims well and how much you fed and stuff. Caught a couple of F1s, sort of stocky against the point of the island. And I had another method line to a different rod because it's a shorter chuck to my right. And I never caught on that, which is a bit disappointing. So another super tight section. Coming disappointing third with £41. There's a 44 and a 45. Lost a couple of fish. So again, I should have won my section if I'd have fished it better. So I should have 2 section wins, and instead I've got a second and a third. Day 3, drew peg 6 on Twin Oaks, which I thought would be potentially a good peg for a section. However, the wind turned slightly, even though it was hardly anything. And basically, fair play, peg 2 just absolutely emptied it. I believe his name's John. Done really well, to be honest with you. Fished a really good festival. Has actually come second overall. Because obviously this is a voiceover. Started on bob and bread. Caught a tiny roach and a tiny carp, like proper tiny, like an ounce. And then been pinging the long line, just steady, nothing too crazy. Started on the deck, didn't get a bite, and then just flick the rig over. Now you are allowed to slap, but you're not allowed to repeatedly slap. In other words, you're allowed to flick it across and let the rig settle, and then once the rig's settled, you're allowed to repeat the process. So yeah, so obviously slap the rig over. Fair play, caught one. Probably one of the hardest fighting F1s I think I've ever caught in my life. They weren't even that big. So I just fished like again 016 mainline, fished an 010 hook length because it was quite clear. I was hoping to catch F1s, and day 3 I thought, potentially fishing's going to get a little bit harder. This isn't going to be necessarily the best of areas. This fish was like on roids. This might be my 4th attempt. I wish I was milking it for the camera. So again, just fishing 4mm fishery pellets. Fishing a microband, size 20 hook. And on the lead, just fish £6 Maxima to an 014 hook length. Quick stop. And again, a size 16 hooks, and everything nice and simple.
Right in the centre.
Gary Webber next to me is like, "Is that foul hook, mate?" And it's literally right in the centre of the top lip.
Gingers never lie. Are you ready? What's the time?
Just gone half one.
Okay, now we're halfway through. I've got about £6.
So a little bit of a disappointing match, to be honest. It was frustrating. Couldn't really figure out anything out. You know, I needed a section win. I don't think anyone was going to catch £144, £150 here to win the section. To be honest, I don't think. So my bonus fish down the edge was actually a skimmer. Very disappointing, £35 to second to last. So day 4 on Trone. What a beautiful lake. Last time I fished here, all these trees were, there's loads of them. So they've done definitely quite a lot of pruning, put a bit more light on the lake, and also more wind on it, which I dare say is going to help it. And I guess less leaves going into the lake as well, that's going to help it as well. And this is probably the quickest bite I've ever had on the bomb. So I just started on bomb and bread. Had a couple of quick fish that I wish they were all as quick as they're.
How many you got now? You must have about 10 fish now, haven't you? Sorry?
9, 10 total. This is Jackson.
Two fish on the net and lose them both.
Why?
Frickin' snagged me in the middle. Yeah. One a very big fish to be fair, like an F1 or a crappie or something.
And again, meat short was really, really important again. And basically, I haven't figured out the feeding. Like, I felt throwing it was a bad idea because it seemed to bring roach into your peg. So you like almost wanted like to sneak it in. I felt throwing it. I could be completely wrong. Throwing it, I don't know. It just seemed it just seemed better to like sneak it in, if that makes sense. Put it in a kinder and just basically just sneak it in. If you threw it in, I don't know, the noise of it hitting the water and the fat coming off it just seemed to bring more roach into your peg. So that was never a good thing, to be honest. So kindering it for me was a lot better. But if I'm wrong, let me know down below because I'm interested in to know what people think about meat fishing.
you're bagging now, mate. BB's all the way. What? The miles around you.
So, caught a few fish long, but again, not target fish that you wanted to catch really. Caught a few skimmers, a few small F1s, and basically limped home, to be honest. Got a disappointing third in the section. Yeah, not good. So, day 5, final day, I've drawn peg 3 on Acorn. Now, I fancied this, especially when I was in the caravan. I thought, happy days, I'm going to get us a few bites and catch a few fish. But as you can see from the video, I'm not making excuses, the wind was blowing down the lake. Now, the wind has been blowing in different directions, but blowing more up the lake. I suppose it's blowing slightly to my sort of like right, so I obviously got a bit of ripple, but definitely more going down the lake. Anyway, maybe I'm just making excuses. Caught a few fish short to begin with, which was good, which was promising, but unfortunately that faded really fast. Again, catching a couple of fish, so you think it'd be clever and move. Caught a couple more fish. I thought, oh, happy days. Move to a different line, try and catch, and then all I caught was roach. Even trying to, like I said earlier, just sneaking it in, just tapping in a few bits of 6mm meat. So yeah, I'd say a little bit frustrating, really. Ain't quite got my head around it. So I think this carp, I was worried maybe it'd be foul looked. So just dripping in meat on the far bank. I had like a big F1. Look, this is obviously a carp. Really disappointed I couldn't catch down the edge at all. I come away from the bank as well, just literally dripping in like 3 pieces of meat and just sit there and wait. I couldn't get a bite. And yet on 9, 12, they're catching down their edge really well. And like I can get a bite. I fished, put a rig 014 straight through. which I thought was again light enough but heavy enough to cope with most fish. Yeah, a bit disappointing really on that as well. But across, again, just got an 014 rig straight through. I just fished a 0.3 gram. Quite a long line as well because the wind's not horrific, but obviously I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want the rig moving around at all. So with a slightly longer line, and the water's pretty clear as well, so I think that just helps a little bit. I just fished a 1.8 hollow elastics, fishing long, so I can ship back, and also just saves, like, don't want to knock any fish off or anything like that. I just find when you're fishing really long, like 16 meters or more, then a lighter elastic when you're fishing long is a lot better. Obviously there is a 16-meter limit. I'm just a bit worried about the carp. Obviously it's picked up a lot of steam, and also I'm concerned that I don't want it to go into the bank. 'Cause I don't know if the people that don't know that peg 3, there's quite a bit of a jetty that comes out between peg 2 and 3. So the last thing I want to do is a carp get underneath that bank, because if it does that, that's going to be game over. So the last hour and 40 minutes really focused trying to catch short and down the edges, and down the edge just did not happen for whatever reason. I've had one F1 and some roach, which ain't no good. Catch a couple of fish short, and then it just fade away, which is really disappointing. So yeah, I come fourth out of six in my section. I come 49th overall, which is really disappointing. Ben Hag won it, so congratulations to him. John Hanneman, James Howarth. Well, you can see all the names there. Ben Suter, which is a lot of fish with it. Manor Farm and Andy Power come fifth. Very tight. Look, they've all had 24 points, so your droppers do matter. Anyway, looking forward to next year at Whiteacres. Hopefully, put a lot of wrongs right. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.